Hi guys, it's Aisling. Welcome back to the Waterstones YouTube page. This month I've got a few more recommendations for you, and they just happen to be a few bits and pieces that I've been enjoying recently. So what I wanted to show you guys first was two little parts of the new Faber 90 series, which is basically Faber's kind of cream of the crop of authors. You know, they've picked little short stories or smaller segments from bigger works from authors who are particularly prominent and famous, and also from newer authors as well. And I picked up two of the series. So I got Mrs. Fox by Sarah Hall and Terrific Mother by Laurie Moore. So these are great if you're trying to maybe get into short stories, because these two authors would be quite prolific for that kind of work. So if you're not sure if you want to buy a whole collection or totally commit, these are a great place to start. So I'll talk about Mrs. Fox first because I read that one first. This is a very strange kind of very nature-bedded story. It's about a couple, and basically, you probably can tell from the name, or maybe you can't, I don't know, the wife turns into a fox. She gets very ill one day, and she gets ill because she is turning into a fox, and she kind of runs away and flees into the woods. And it's about her husband and how he kind of deals with that, because although it's quite a surreal and fantastical idea, it's handled very succinctly and in a really realistic way. So it's done really matter-of-factly, like what would you actually do if your partner turned into a fox and ran off into the forest. And it's written really beautifully. So I actually then went to go pick up the short story collection that this is a part of, which is Madame Zero, if anyone is wondering. And yes, I really recommend these. The second one, Terrific Mother by Laurie Moore. Laurie Moore is, you know, incredibly famous for being the queen of short story writing, pretty much. This is a story about a woman called Adrienne who, at the beginning of the story, now this is at the very beginning, so it's not a spoiler, she manages to accidentally kill a friend's baby. And I know that sounds really, really bleak and awful, but it follow up, you know, in the years afterwards is what the story is about, is just darkly hilarious. Like, it is obviously very tragic as well, but it kind of dwells more on Adrienne's sort of you know, sense of self and sense of guilt, and you know, she thinks that her life has kind of been led astray because of this incident, and you know, the ghost of the baby is going to come get her and stuff like that. So she's really neurotic and strange, and you know, and it kind of it bleeds into her other relationships and her other experiences throughout. So yes, I would recommend those. That's the Faber 90 series, and I think they're $3.50 in pounds sterling and €4. So they're nice if you just want to pick up another little bit to read, and great for the bus or the train, you know. And the novel that I have been enjoying this month is this. So this is The Wife by Meg Wolitzer. It was actually adapted into a film last year starring Glenn Close. She was nominated for an Oscar. So this book is the story of a woman called Joan Castleman. She is the wife of the fictional, very famous author Joe Castleman, and the story starts when Joe, her husband, is receiving a phone call late at night to tell him that he has won the Helsinki Prize. So it's kind of a couple of steps down from the Nobel Prize, or it's meant to be, you know, fictionally. And that's where the story starts. It kind of jumps around in their relationship, you know, back to how they met when Joan was in college and Joe was a professor, and he leaves his first wife to marry Joan, and they kind of begin their life together, with their focus being that Joe is going to be this great novelist. At the beginning, Joan herself also wants to be a novelist or a short story writer, a fiction writer, but she puts all of this on hold to be able to support her husband, who doesn't really take much interest in the children or anything else really going on. He's very kind of, you know, he's chained to his work. But about halfway through the novel there is an incredible secret, which of course I can't spoil for you now, but it changes the entire way you'll look at the story of the novel, and you'll want to go back through and examine what Joan was thinking, or why she was saying certain things, or why she was acting certain ways. It's a really in-depth, beautiful study of a relationship and the idea of loyalty and how far we'll go for people, and how stringently and strictly we'll keep secrets over so long, and what we're willing to give up for these secrets and for the people that we love. So I really, really recommend it. The writing is, although beautiful and funny, not too verbose or flowery. It's actually, I would recommend it for fans of Sally Rooney. It's that kind of quite compelling, addictive sort of relationship interaction between characters driven sort of narrative, and it'll really have you enthralled, the way it jumps back and forth through time, you know, and things are kind of heating up and you're wondering what's going to happen. And yes, it's brilliant. I really, really recommend it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my recommendations for this month. Here we have them there. Maybe you'll pick them up and let us know in the comments if you enjoyed them. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Talk to you again soon. Bye bye.